Happy Monday, everybody. So many of you guys are busy doing some retail therapy. Well, forget that. Today we're going to do some logo therapy. What is logo therapy? It's where we take two logos from two professional designers and we're going to critique them today. Yep, that's right. It's 2x2. And today we have two new designers, two pros coming in to help us out. First, I'm going to introduce you guys to Mart Biemans. And he's from Oh, no, I can't say this now, Aaron. Groningen, Netherlands, right? So we have an international audience, international professionals. In case you're not familiar with his work, these are just a small sampling of his logo work. You definitely want to check him out on Behance because he's got a lot of illustrations as well. So let's say hello to Mart. Mart, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm
Welcome,
good.
everyone.
You look a little like the Unabomber today with your hoodie and your headset.
It's Monday, man. Come on. It's
That's
Monday.
right. What time is it there now?
It's 8 in the evening.
8 p.m. Okay,
So
fantastic.
we need to hurry up because we need to go to bed, man.
So hopefully your internet holds up and all the technology
Yeah.
is working and we're just gonna rock and roll. So some of you guys might hear a little bit of buzzing. We'll work this out for next time. You guys just ignore it for the time being. Okay, so you've picked a logo, right? Let me find your logo here. You picked a logo from where is he? There he is. From somebody who submitted onto the show. His name is RD. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Rogacion. Aaron, you have to speak into the mic, remember? Say that one more time, Aaron.
Rogacion.
Okay, and this is the logo he created. And I was thinking, shoot, this looks really difficult. So what do we know about this logo, Mart?
So he sent me an email with some information. It's done for an esports team / clan. And it was based on the head of a yoke that you often see on playing cards.
Oh, okay.
The most of the information. But actually, when I saw this, I already knew quite almost right away what I was going to do. So it wasn't that difficult.
Okay, so this is, I think it's 322. And at first, it looked like a crown to me, but it's a little too whimsical. So once I looked at it again, I did my kind of deeper look at it. And he's right. It looks like a Joker hat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's jump into your screen. Now, why don't you share your screen, and we'll see what you did with this, okay?
Yeah. So I got a video that I recorded.
Okay.
And I'm just going to play it and I'm just going to talk along.
Beautiful.
And if you have questions, let me know.
Okay.
So I just put it into Photoshop first and I made some quick notes for myself, what I wanted to change and what I was going to fix.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just to help myself when I'm working on it so I can go back to it and for like
So because
to remind myself.
Because
what
you're
I want
writing
to
really
change.
fast. What are you writing? Talk us through what your notes are.
I have to go back a little bit, check.
Okay. I mean,
So
what
I just
observations? Yeah.
fixed all these different curves. There's so much
I
going
see.
on. I wanted to make it a lot more simple and basic.
Mm-hmm.
Because as he said, this is for an esports team, and I know a bit of esports myself, and I know that people that visit those events, they really like to create their own banners and artwork and flag stuff like that. So I think it's important to have a really simple and clean logo so that people are able to reproduce it.
Mm-hmm.
So second thing that I noticed is that it says basically the same thing twice. It says 322 here and here.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to remove one of those.
I see.
And I didn't really like the dots here, so I'm going to remove those as well.
Okay. So is part of this that you're going to try to make it a little bit more symmetrical, clean up the design?
Yeah, symmetrical and a lot more simple.
Okay, perfect. Because some people might interpret simple as meaning something else. Okay, keep going with your movie.
So here, just quickly drew the basic shapes, and as you can see, I used the shape of a perfect triangle, and here I'm just sketching out the numbers in a more clean way than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just duplicating the two.
Oh, that's
it's
clever.
the same shape.
Yeah.
And here I'm trying a different shape because the original one had these curves in the baseline letters, but I didn't really like this one. But I think it's important to try it out anyway.
I see.
Because you might
It's part of your exploration.
Yeah. So I made
I like
like
what you're doing
4
here.
or 5
Yeah.
explorations, but I really knew that I was going to use the first one because I liked it most. So this is just basically just to try out different things, and maybe when you're lucky you stumble onto something and maybe not.
Right.
But it's important to do. When I work for clients, I create like 20 sketches first before I even get started into doing really the clean sketches, just basic, quick, freehand stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just helps to get the mind going, you know?
Yeah, so here you're stylizing the corners to make it a little bit of more a pointed crown or a Joker
but
hat.
Again, this was already too much for me. I like the really simple version. I like the really clean version.
Mm-hmm.
So I just decided to ditch this one as well. And I think I went with the first one. So after this, I'm just going to try the first one and clean it up a little bit, and then try out a couple of variations on this one. So maybe make the letters a bit thicker, or make them a bit thinner, or add some stylized details to it.
Yeah. Man, this is just so fun to watch you work. I just want to clarify some things because Tibor from the live chat is asking, what's Mark's last name? It's not Mark. His name is Mart, M-A-R-T, and his Biemans. So right? B-I-E-M-A-N-S. You guys check him out on Behance right now. So open that up on Behance and you can see him. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if anyone has questions from the audience, I don't really mind people sending me messages on Behance or Facebook or whatever. I will try to answer them if they want personally.
Yeah.
As long as it's not
now,
too
what's your
complicated.
background? Are you an illustrator by trade or a designer?
To be honest, I like doing both. I like the variation in my life. You know, the illustration part is really, I create really crazy, detailed, colored illustrations. And the design part for me is taking a step back and doing something more simplistic. So I like doing both and the variation it gives.
Okay, but did you study one or the other in school?
Neither.
Are you self-taught?
I'm self-taught, yeah.
What did you study in school? Did you go to school at all?
Yeah, I did. I went to graphic design school for 2 years, but I didn't really like it. The level was very, very bad, and I didn't really like the way people taught there, and it wasn't for me. I just liked sitting at home and freelancing. That's what I like doing. So I didn't really attend my classes, and I just I dropped out after a while, and I just started freelancing.
Okay, just in case you guys are tuning in, we're watching live, even though this is not live. I'm talking to Mart. He's on the other end of this conference call, and he's working in Photoshop, just sketching out ideas really quickly. And that is a very, an acceptable way to start working. And everybody's like, oh, I hate digital tools. It's like, well, if you can work as fast on paper or in digital, then it doesn't really matter. Whatever tools empower you to create and express your ideas, to work at the speed of thought, I got no issues with that. I think there's a lot of traditional people. It's like, I must begin on the back of a napkin for it to be any good. It's like, those are just old and crusty people. Just let go. And,
well, I mean, I draw on my Wacom tablet, so it's almost the same as drawing on paper. It just saves the step of having to photograph it or having to scan it in.
And just for argument's sake, are you using a PC or a Mac?
PC. But that's because I like gaming, and sometimes.
Right, you mentioned you're into esports, right?
Oh, since a while. I started watching about a year ago, and it's pretty fun to watch when you have free time. So
yeah.
I used to start. It started because I was gaming myself. I played a lot of FIFA with friends and stuff like that. So, and then I started watching it a bit, and it was pretty fun to watch actually. So that's also one of the reasons why I picked this logo, because it was for esports. So I wanted to do something that's a bit personal to me, you know.
Oh wait, hold on. Hit pause for a second on that movie. I want to talk about this real quick. I just saw something. Okay. Can you rewind just a little bit before you move the guild type down? Okay, right there. This is very interesting because he's got the 322 mark. Where is the 322 mark? Yeah, right here. So what he's using is a grid system, right? So he knows how wide the strokes are relative to the gap, the negative space, and then he's using that to draw the word guild. So he's repeating letter forms. This is very interesting. Repeating design elements because they should feel familiar to us and they should feel connected in some way. So,
yeah, exactly. That's the reason I did it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to point that out in case you guys missed it, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it goes pretty fast. But yeah, that's exactly the reason I did it. I want to base the topography on the icon, on the symbol. It fits well. So this is really fast, just sketching it out really quickly. There's also a reason why I did the 322 in wall, but I'm going to show that at a later stage.
So Eureka Creative Agency, shout out from Amsterdam. So people, can you give us, what language do you speak?
Dutch.
Dutch. Can you give us a greeting in Dutch and just welcome our Dutch fans in Dutch, please?
Goedenavond allemaal, leuk dat jullie kijken. En ik hoop dat jullie er iets van leren.
That sounds great. I have no idea what you said, but it sounds
sounded
great.
like some opportunities for later.
No, I just said the future sucks and Chris is. No, I said good evening, everyone, and nice that you're watching, and hopefully you will learn something.
Excellent. I think we're learning a bunch of things. Okay, our audience is growing a little bit here, so let's keep rocking and rolling here. Woo! Wait, we turned away for a second. So you've built this out. It's very geometric, and you've built out the guild typeface, right? I think
And
if you guys
exploring the different color options.
And if you guys are just joining us, 322 is an esports thing, and some of the initial observations that Mart made about the logo is he wanted to have more symmetry, to simplify the design, to have more consistent strokes and design decisions. And he also thought the 322 was a little redundant, so he got rid of that. And I think he's making a really beautiful mark right now. Dang.
Thanks. So yeah, want me to continue playing it?
Yeah, please keep going.
So if you have any questions or if you want me to commentate, feel free to let me know.
I was wondering, I had a question. Did they at all care that it doesn't really look like a Joker's hat anymore? Did they?
No, that's true. That's a good point. Oh, where did it go? I think when it's good to have like an idea for reference which you base it on, but I don't think it has to resemble exactly that. Then it becomes more of an illustration, I guess. Mm-hmm. I'm cool with using the Joker hat for inspiration, but I wouldn't want it to be exactly a Joker hat. Mm-hmm. But that's my personal preference.
Mm-hmm. That's a legitimate question, though, that Aaron asked, and that's Mart's decision. I guess every designer can make their own decision. I honestly think if you added the 3 dots to the tips of the 322, I think it would be just enough a reference for people, and I don't think it would hurt it too much. But that's, you get to design it the way you want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, this is also a case where you don't really have a client. So maybe if the client was going to give input and say that I do really want to look at like a Joker hat, then I would of course do it. But as this was just a personal practice, I didn't decide to use them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I jumped into Illustrator. And this is actually just repeating the steps that I did in Photoshop, but in a more clean way and more precise way. Creating the grid and then creating a vector version from it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now you're an Illustrator, right? Everybody always wants to know what tools we're using, so we have to be very, very clear. So first he was sketching in Photoshop using his Wacom tablet, and then now he's jumping in Illustrator. In case you're wondering, like, how is Mart able to work so fast? He's not able to work this fast. I'm pretty sure he's quick, but we asked...
That was making us insane amount of money.
Yeah. So we asked each of our designers now to go ahead and record their process so that you guys can see the high-level stuff. And if there's things to point out, we will do that. But that way you're not watching us draw literally in real time. And each person can handle it their own way. So I'm sure this took... how long did this whole process take for you from start to end?
2.5 hours, 3 hours.
So 2.5 hours. He's not even working on that long. So this is just sped up to be about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. So yeah, this is basically a repeat of the steps in Photoshop, but this time it's just a clean vector version.
Mm-hmm. You drew a bunch of grids first, right?
Sorry?
You pulled out a bunch of grid lines?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just to help me,
Yeah.
And actually, this was not the final version because I didn't really like that it's all on the same baseline. So in the end, the middle two is moved up a little bit.
Okay. You moved it up?
Yeah, I moved it up to where it's the... See? It's happening now.
It's happening.
Yeah, right there.
It's almost like you can predict the future. Ah, I see.
It's insane. So I'm also just constantly copying and pasting everything to the top right so that I have every variation. I have one backed up later if I need it. This is where I create the typography again.
Yeah.
So in the Photoshop version, you could notice that the D didn't actually look like a D because it was more just a square.
Mm-hmm.
So this version, I'm creating a bit more rounded.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the sign of success. Jesus Lopez is saying, I want to wear that logo. That's always a good sign. Like when you feel like the logo is so good, you could just put it on something and it makes that thing more valuable.
Mm-hmm. I actually put it on something in a later stage of this video. I put it on a snapback and it looked really good. So
okay, let's check that out. So what are you doing now?
Yeah, what are these bubbles here?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if a rounded version would look good or not. But in the end, I go with the HD version.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm removing that now and I'm just creating the really clean version.
Wow, so fast, man.
So you rounded the corners of the D to make it look more like a D?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because else would look like an O.
Right.
Chris, how do you feel about that the one letter is rounded but none of the others are? Is that a problem?
Not a problem for me at all.
Not a problem at all.
No.
I thought about rounding the G as well a bit, but I didn't actually do it in a step. But that would be an option to maybe also round the G and the U a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But you know who's going to have a problem with it? The internet. There's always people, I call them like backseat designers who watch the show. It's like, well, I would never do that. Excuse me. I would do it like this. I'm like, well, you do work that gets noticed and you create your own YouTube show and we'll get you on here. Everybody gets to do it differently, right? We all make creative decisions. That's the beauty of life. We don't all
it's just a very small rounding.
Right. I mean, some
When you look
people...
at it on a small scale, you don't even notice it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, some people like truffle oil on their food and some people don't. That's just the way life works. Or saffron. So, okay.
I actually did it because I like the square version of the D, but I just did it because I was afraid that people were going to comment on that and say that, oh, it has to be rounded. So that's why I did it.
Like it's going to read like Gilo or something instead of Gil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's just Mart making a decision about legibility, right? Just like how he moved the middle two up because he just didn't like it hitting the baseline. And he wanted to create that nice white negative space between those two things. Also, just like how he wanted to remove the dots because he didn't like those. So these are decisions. And this is a wonderful thing because, look, I want to do a public service announcement right now. For those people who are clients who are watching this, if you're a client and you're watching this, this is why you want to pick one designer versus another because each designer interprets the world a little differently. They bring their experiences and their aesthetic to bear. So when you like their work, hire that person. Don't hire somebody who you don't like their work and ask them to do something like somebody else. That makes no sense to me. All right.
So this was a rounded version of the original.
It looks soft now. It doesn't look as sharp. It doesn't look as strong.
Exactly. I didn't use it.
Mm-hmm. So you like to go ahead and do a lot of exploration, huh? Like trying different ideas really quickly?
Yeah, I do it, but I don't always show them to the client.
Of course
I don't want to give them too many options to pick from.
Right.
Most of the times I just show the one that I like most myself.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
When the client has too many options, it becomes like impossible to pick something, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's actually the end of the video, and I'm just going to show the...
Show us the final thing?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just going to quit this. Hold on.
Okay.
Nope. Oh, it's still going. There it is.
Can you open this up in Illustrator? I want you to try something for me.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So while Mart's pulling that up, I want to see a progression. I want to see the before, the after, and the after. So the before is the original, if we can line that up. And then we have the one that he designed. And I'd like to just explore one, just accusing our audience of being backseat drivers. I'm going to be one right now and ask you to add the 3 dots in. Just so we can see that progression. And then I'm going to have everybody that's watching this live, all 401 of you guys that are watching this live, to comment which one you guys like the best, the original, his, or just the after version. So did you pull that up yet?
Okay, yeah, I got it.
All right. So what we want to do is put all 3 on the same page or artboard or something like that. Or separate artboards is fine as long as there's some separation. So that's the original.
Yeah.
Let's get your revised version, please.
So you're gonna make a new one, Chris? You're gonna
No, I'm not gonna make a new one. I'm gonna ask Mart to make a new one.
Joint venture. Just
to put the 3 dots because the idea the Joker hat, or as they say in the Dutch accent, the Joker hat. We have to. I just want to reference that to see if it's any better. Okay. And I want to say this while Mart's preparing some things. I have a dream of the future where sponsors, like people who make microphones and lights and cameras, will sponsor us so that everybody that's a regular artist that's contributing to this channel can get a little care package from us so they can up their lighting and their sound game. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, if you guys are tuning in, there's a little buzzing sound that I can hear in my ear. I have very sensitive hearing with the mic that Mart's using. I would just love to be able to, like, here's the box. You know, do a couple of crits with us. I'm going to send this over to you so we can up your game. So if you guys are, if you're watching this and you're a manufacturer, if you make audio equipment, recording things, microphones, lights, cameras, lenses, anything like that, you want to contribute to this channel, I would love to have you as a sponsor to the channel, okay? Because we want to be able to improve the quality of these things. And we already appreciate the super generosity of each artist because they're doing this on top of their work, you guys. This is why I asked them not to spend too much time because I didn't want to make this labor. Like they have to work after their work. Okay. Here we go.
done.
Okay.
Oh.
Can we duplicate that and move it to the right? Oh, you already did it.
Already
Beautiful.
got it.
Nice. So we can scale that so that's the same size. Okay. Can we make, all three optically the same size, and then we will then review.
Where's the smart add-on? Oh, no, wait. Snap to grid.
There you go. And then hide all your junk by hitting tab when you're done, please.
My junk.
Yeah, sorry. Hide all the interface. Yeah, okay, let's zoom in. Let's stare at that for a second, guys, as we're about to wrap up this part of the review. Can we zoom in even more?
Oh, zoom in.
Yeah, zoom in. I want to see. Yeah, there we go. And then center that up. Okay. All right. Guys, the original on the left, it was submitted by, I think, RG, or I can't remember his name. RD? Yeah, I forgot. And it's the 322 Guild and esports thing, and it's a Joker hat, and it's got black, white, and red. For the just sake of what we're doing right now, we're going to keep the other two in black. I think Mart went through a series of explorations, and he wound up with one that has a slightly rounded corner D just to help you read that. He removed the 322 because of the redundancy. He made things a lot more symmetrical. I guess in the European, Dutch, Swiss kind of way, he cleaned it up. He made it nice and tight. And then we had a question coming from Aaron and probably our audience, like, hey, what happened to the Joker hat? So we added the 3 dots. Okay, so you guys now get to vote. You want to vote for the original 1, the one that Mart did 2, and the one that Mart did after, just adding the dots back in. That would be number 3, the one on the right of the screen. Guys, go ahead and slam it in your keyboard. Let us know 1, 2, 3 in the chat. And if you're watching this after the fact and you're watching this on YouTube later and not live, go ahead and let us know which one you like better and tell us why. The why part helps us a lot. Saying I don't like something or I like something is nice or not nice, but really we want to learn. So share your thoughts. Give us your rationale, okay? That's it, you guys. Let's now switch gears.
Can I just show the last thing? The
show
PDF
please.
Made?
Yeah. Oh, you got a little extra something. Okay.
Yeah, just for the presentation purposes,
okay.
you know. So this, and because you mentioned that it might look good on when it's put on clothing.
Yeah.
So I just I do this often when I create logos for clients. I just create some mock-ups how it might look, and this was actually the reason why I also created the extra typography. You know.
Oh, nice. That looks good.
And took it a step further with a mock-up.
Wow. Woo! Good job, man. Good job. Wow. Very nice. Well done. I like the colors.
Yeah.
So, okay, I want to just take a moment now also to point something out that you guys who design logos, it's good to be able to take the logo and expand it, to show it in different color variations and applications, because it makes it look more expensive. If you want to start charging your clients more for the logo work that you're doing, put it on stuff. Put it on stuff that's big and small. Make it look real. The more real you make it look, the less the client has to imagine how it's going to work. Is that some stitching effect that you put on there?
Yeah, it was just free mock-up I downloaded from the internet.
Oh, okay.
And I modified it a little bit.
I see.
So
Awesome.
That's something that everyone can do. Just download mock-ups or create your own.
Beautiful.
Or,
after the show, will you send us the link to the mock-up that you use so that other people can try it out too? We'll include that in the show notes below.
If I can find it again.
As I point, Jonah cuts me off. Jonah, below. Then you can cut. There we go. All right. Anyways, okay. Let's get back into our deck here. Where the heck were we? Now I'm going to introduce the second reviewer today. His name is Daviher. He has a long, complicated name. So, Daviher, bring yourself online. Tell us how do you pronounce your name, your full official name.
My name is Olguin Daviher Loredo Gonzalez. It's a long name. Yeah.
So I'm even missing one other name in there. Olguin Daviher Loredo Gonzalez.
Yeah, exactly.
From Monterrey, Mexico. Monterrey, Mexico, right? Monterrey.
Yeah.
And you could find him also on Instagram at Daviher. And I'm going to show you some of his work, guys. Look at this. Now, you may recognize that Cocky Bastard t-shirt from our site. And during one of our live streams, Daviher made a little sketch. And I was so impressed by this sketch, I started looking him up. And it's like, who is this that's watching our channel? Who is this person? And I looked at it and I just fell in love with his lettering right away. So I hired him. And I think he's done like, how many things have you done for us? 4 or 5 logo, word illustrations now, word marks?
Maybe 9.
9? Oh my gosh. I guess we better get busy and start printing some things.
We did a 2 bunch. Do you remember?
Yes, we did a whole bunch. So if you cut to Mark's camera, Mark and Aaron's camera, you can see on the wall. You guys point at a poster right behind you, the one that says I'm a light sleeper but heavy dreamer. Yeah, and then this is the master debater. This is him. This is the guy. So if you want to work with him, look him up on Instagram. I think he's working on his webpage really quick, right? It'll be up really soon. Okay, anyways, let's go into who he picked, and then let's talk to him and see what he did. I don't even know how to say this name. Is it Zema Ramos Armas? Something like that? Zema? Aaron, help me out.
Zema Ramos Armas? Is that like guns?
Do you add R, like the rolling R, to everything you say?
You're supposed to.
That's how it's pronounced.
Selma Ramos.
Okay, beautiful. And the logo, the original logo is for Blueberry Cosmetics. So Blueberry Cosmetics, you guys, remember this? It's a circle, it's blue. It looks like a blueberry. And it's using some clean sans serif typeface. Okay, so let's jump to what you're going to do and how you're going to do it.
Okay. I'm going to show you really quickly. I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, and I'm going to ask Mart to mute his microphone now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank
Sorry.
you. Yeah, because then the buzzing won't. Thank you.
Blueberry Cosmetics. This is the logo I choose. This is a logo for a cosmetic brand called Blueberry Cosmetics by Emma Ramos. They say to me that they wanted to stay away from the classic Asian pink trend. And one of the details I saw here is the big blue circle. I think it takes a lot of space. I know they wanted to represent a blueberry, but I think it's too big. Also, the brush strokes doesn't seem to look like the best way to go.
Mm-hmm.
It will make a lot of problems outside the mediums.
There's a hilarious. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I just started to cut you off, Daviher. There's a hilarious comment in the chat. KVP Designs like, oh my God, he sounds like the Cuban pimp in Kill Bill Volume 2. Is that right? Does he sound like the Cuban pimp?
I don't remember. What was that guy?
I don't remember that guy either. Okay, maybe one of you guys are industrious enough to look it up and find it for me. Okay, lovely. Okay, people are admiring your work, so awesome job. So you said that you were trying to, they wanted you to avoid a certain trend. I didn't understand the word that you said. What kind of trend?
The Asian pink trend. They say that.
The Aaron, translate for me.
Is that, did you say Asian pink?
Yeah, Asian pink trend.
What is that?
I
Can
didn't
you
know there was
describe
such a
that?
trend.
Yeah.
Asian pink trend.
What is that? Tell us
What is that?
about
Tell us
that.
about the Asian pink trend.
I don't know.
But he told you we're trying to avoid
And you
a
said,
trend that
I
nobody
got you,
knows
man,
about.
for sure.
I thought that's what he said, but I was like, I'm hearing this wrong, Aaron. There's no way he said Asian pink trend because I know of no Asian pink trend.
Yeah.
You guys, let's
Should we
start
know
a new
about
hashtag. Slap in hashtag Asian pink trend. Let's just start something here. I don't even know what that is. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, perfect. So I started to work on my proposals.
Yes.
And here you can see.
Some sketches.
Yep, that's the final. No, don't see that.
Here are
you can
your
see
sketches.
The proposals I did.
Mm-hmm. So you're working on the B and the C for Blueberry Cosmetics and integrating the two? Okay.
Yes, I wanted to, as you can see, I wanted to make like a symbol. I have a video here, so I can show you the process. I usually make a lot of sketches on paper, but in this occasion, I make all the process in the iPad Pro, so I can show you the video process.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. I like to talk to people about their process. So Mart likes to sketch in Photoshop using his Wacom tablet. Some people like pencil and pen. That's okay. That's all good. You like to sketch a lot using Procreate and the iPad, right?
Right. Yeah. That's
And I'm
the
blown
game
away.
changer.
I've seen your process before. I'm like, dang, that's good. All right, so go ahead and play us that video then.
Okay, perfect.
So this is it right here.
I started to write just the word blueberry to have in mind the dimensions.
Mm-hmm. Are you drawing this without any guides? Is it just all freehand?
Yeah, just freehand.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I get lost in the
Okay,
process.
I'm sorry.
Everything.
This is going too fast for me. Can we rewind just a little bit? Can we go to the previous screen? Can you hit pause and take me to keep going back? Right here. Let's stop right here. I want to look at this. Okay, so can you pause?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Now, how...
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. How did you know how to draw these kind of letter forms? Are you did you study graphic design? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, I studied graphic design. Actually, I just graduated from like a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
I
first of
always
all,
like it.
congratulations.
Sorry?
Congratulations for finishing school, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're like, you've been working while you're in school. You're one of those rare people who can actually pull that off. You have the skills required to do that. So did you
Yeah,
learn lettering and logo design in school?
Not actually. They didn't teach me to make a logo design. It was just a lot of self-taught.
Self-taught?
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Those are really beautiful letter forms. Let's go back to his screen. Let's stay there for a little bit. And I see that you're doing some kind of serif typeface with some flourishes, like pulling up the top of the B and arcing it back in. Is that deliberately trying to reference the letter C in there somewhere? The BC as the flourish? Or is that just a decorative element?
Ooh, I think he got booted off.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
we
connection.
lost.
Bad connection.
Oh no. Okay, you guys, we'll just hang tight while Daviher gets back on the show. Let's use this moment to read some comments. Mark, is there anything that people are asking?
No, but a lot of people like the work from the last artist.
From Daviher?
Yeah, so
or from Mart?
From Mart. A lot of people are.
Oh, yeah.
They like version 2, but they like version 3 because it still brings back the Joker aspect.
I see. And was there a clear winner between 2 and 3?
2.
2.
Yeah,
Okay,
people
Mart.
thought they like the clean look.
Congratulations, you did it right, Mart. What do I know? Woo! Good job. He's having all the Dutch vote right now. That's what it is. It's skewing that way.
Yeah, but Dutch always stand together, man. Always stand together.
Good job. Good job. Okay. And you guys do need you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stall. That's what I'm going to do.
Well,
oh, he's back.
now.
Daviher is back. Okay. Turn back your mic. Back on. And your screen's back up. Here, I'll help you with it. There we go. You're back. Awesome. Okay, we missed you, man. Okay, so the question was, for the top left logo that I'm seeing on my screen here, where there's a flourish of the top of the B, and it also looks like the letter C to me. Is that something that you were trying to do, is to bring those two together, or is that just a decorative element?
Yeah, something like that. I was just exploring and trying different things.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see what I can do.
Mm-hmm. And why did you decide to make the X height of the B so high? Like, it's got a big lower belly. Just curious.
Yeah, right. That is just like a style from the Art Nouveau style.
Right.
And so I like to explore many styles so I can be sure about the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm just messing around with my pencil and trying to see what I can make.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then take us through the next two explorations to the right, where you have the B. It looks a little bit more like a traditional B with X height in the middle. But
this one?
Yeah, those two. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And why did you decide to draw out the lower part of the belly? I don't know what that's called, of the B, to kind of go below the baseline. So in such an exaggerated way, what was the thinking there?
Just I think that adds a little like modern and just trying to try more strokes, weights,
mm-hmm.
and to give the B a special and unique look.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be so repetitive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, since I gave Mart the ability to welcome the Dutch fans that are watching, I think there's a lot of Spanish fans that are watching too. Do you feel comfortable welcoming everybody speaking in Spanish to the
Hola
future?
a todos a los que están aquí. Yo me siento mucho más cómodo hablando en español, como se pueden dar cuenta. Pero bienvenidos a todos los que hablan español, a todos Latinoamérica.
Very good, very good. Okay, I have no idea what he said. Aaron, did he say something nice?
Yeah, he's just much more comfortable speaking in Spanish.
Yes, he is.
Flows a lot better.
It's like a whole nother person when he's speaking in Spanish. Okay, so we'll have to do this in bilingual. So from here on out, Daviher, if you want to speak in Spanish entirely, we have two people here at least that can translate live for you, okay? So feel free. If you feel stuck, just go ahead and say it. So I just want to make
perfect.
Yeah. So I want to make this comment. Let's go back to the B's.
Okay, this is
I like the inline here that you've added on the right B because it gives it a little bit more detail. It makes it feel a little bit more elegant, and it feels like it's right for a cosmetic brand. Okay, so let's keep going on with the video. I know the video's not that long. It's only 2 minutes long.
as I said, I get lost in the process. Blueberry films, that's nothing.
Ooh, there was one in there that I was like, that was pretty cool. So if somebody's watching this, they're like, how do you decide which one to go with?
That's something. Okay, I can pause. That's something. Bueno, can I help me, Haron?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was welcoming all our Spanish people. You got them all fired up. So, okay, catch me up to speed here. What's going on?
You know, he can speak in Spanish now, and then you just translate. Aaron.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Para elegir la opción que me parece más adecuada,
To decide on the best option,
Go on.
simplemente trato, es como una, digamos, una corazonada, algo que uno sabe.
so he kind of just feels it out. It's like in his heart. He kind of just follows his heart.
Spoken like a true Latin designer, right there. Love it.
Y simplemente trato y tengo como una referencia mental de las cosas que funcionan y de las cosas que no.
So he has in his mind a bunch of good references of stuff that works and stuff that doesn't, which kind of he just anchors himself to.
I see.
Digamos, sí, simplemente a veces no es tan fácil saber. A veces tardo horas solamente eligiendo cuál es la opción correcta.
So making the right choice at any given moment is really tough, and sometimes it takes a long time for him to just mull over what's the right course of action here.
Since he just graduated school and he's starting his freelance career or independent business, depending on how he goes about this thing, do you find that having teachers or classmates help you to kind of make the right decision? Because sometimes when you're making all the marks, they're like your children. You love them all equally, and it's sometimes very hard to decide.
Sí, prácticamente, desafortunadamente, yo en mi escuela no había como mucha variedad.
So unfortunately, in the school he went to, there wasn't a whole lot of variety in terms of his peers.
I see. So he didn't learn. Keep going.
Okay, entonces prácticamente lo que tuve que hacer es buscar como que mis referencias, mis héroes, mis maestros, todo en internet.
So basically, he had to find all the good samples of work and references and artists to mold himself after just on the internet.
I see. So why go to school then?
Yeah, sí, casi nada en la escuela.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I didn't learn anything.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you in that corner. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep talking about logos because we just crested 500 people watching live, and I just want to make sure we're focused on it. Let's keep going. Sorry.
Like,
This is our first, I think, bilingual episode, Aaron. Could be.
Yeah,
People are loving the translation, so.
Yeah, I know. Like Aaron showing off all of his skill sets.
yeah, flexing my verbal muscle.
Yes, you are.
I tried to make some symbols here.
Dang, there's a lot of exploration going on here.
Dude, it's so classy.
Yeah, it is very classy. That top one is like looking super like high-end restaurant. Like I can't afford to go there to eat.
It reminds me of Burberry.
Burberry, yes.
Oh,
Great.
okay. Burberry
Classy.
Cosmetics, going along with the Asian pink trend.
Yeah, we still don't know what that is, right?
No, we don't. It's okay. People on the internet will tell us, "Ooh, that's the animation on this is so fast I can't even comment."
It's
It's
a
like
little too
it's here
fast.
and it's gone. Yeah, it's okay because Procreate doesn't allow you to control the speed too much. I also want to say it's remarkable how pencil or graphite like this Procreate tool is. I could have swore this was being drawn by a pencil.
This is so cool to watch.
I think I like the italicized script, formal script B, more than I do the upright serif B that's been adjusted. And here we are at the final.
That's what my final option.
Mm-hmm.
Now I go back to Illustrator.
Yeah, let's go
So
back to Illustrator.
I
Let's
can
look at
show
the
you
final. Mm-hmm.
the final monogram.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm.
Uh,
I see. So you were still playing around with some of the typeface for Blueberry Cosmetics. It looks really good. It's very handsome. I think there may be some issues with the shadow line, it being so thin that when it gets reduced, it might just all kind of come together. So those are the things that we probably need to just adjust a little bit if we're looking at that. But otherwise,
you're right.
I think it looks really good. It's very classy.
Chris, what's the shadow line on that? What is
Okay,
that?
if you zoom in, Daviher, on the B and the C, it's that little shadow line that we're seeing.
Oh, I see.
You see? So you
Okay.
couldn't probably see it, right?
I see it.
Because he wants to have the separation. And I like this. I'll take a moment to talk about this here. So let's take a look at that. So when you introduce the shadow line, thank you, Jonah. When you introduce the shadow line, it creates an optical illusion that it's weaving underneath the top part, the counter, the closed counter of the B, and it goes back over and under and back underneath the crossbar. Do you see that illusion, Aaron?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it creates a lot of dimension. So graphic designers can do this for two reasons. One, to separate the letters from kind of all bleeding together, but it creates that trompe l'oeil, if you will, about what's in front, what's behind. And we know that these are two-dimensional images. This is just pixels on a screen right now, but it makes it feel like it's going back in Z space or Z space and then coming back out. I like that a lot. And then tell us about the typeface that you're using here to pair it with your monogram. What typeface is that? There's two different typefaces.
Yeah, I can talk to you a little bit about the type.
Mm-hmm.
I choose
I knew it.
the Optima Nova for the Blueberry.
Mhm.
Optima Nova has something special I like.
Mm-hmm.
That is the contrast. The contrast is very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
You can even think it has some serif, but it's just like the weight playing with the main structure
Yes.
of the letter. And for the cosmetic, I use Glyphs, a very geometric font
Mhm.
with zero contrast. That's
Mhm.
what I like it.
Awesome job. Okay, let me talk about this for a second here. Optima is the go-to cosmetic typeface, you guys, because it straddles the line between a sans serif typeface and a serif typeface. It has flared strokes, so they kind of taper in and out. It doesn't have a serif, so I don't think it's considered a serif typeface. This is one of those ones in between, I believe. And I like the pairing of that typeface with the very clean and geometric sans serif typeface called Geomenis. Good job there, dude.
Very
Okay, so I want to show you also a little process of when I vectorize the.
Oh yeah, I would love to see you vectorize and draw that. Fantastic.
I made that on Glyphs. The 80% of the logo is made on Glyphs.
Okay.
If someone here doesn't know the software, Glyphs is a special software.
Wait, wait. Hold on a second here. What software is this?
Sorry?
What software are you using?
Glyphs.
Glyphs?
Glyphs.
like a
yeah,
bee
Glyphs.
blips.
Glyphs.
Yeah, it's Glyphs.
Glyphs.
Glyphs, guys. So this is a software that you're using, Glyphs. Wow, okay, you're going to teach us something new today. This is fantastic. Is this freeware, shareware? How much does it cost for Glyphs?
It has a free version and a premium version.
How much is the premium version, do you know?
I don't know. I have the free one.
That's even better. Good news, the internet. Rejoice. This piece of software that Daviher is going to show you is free. And I guess he's able to do good work with it. So he doesn't even need to use the premium version. But I'm sure there's some features that you can unlock. Okay, go ahead and tell us how to use this thing.
Yeah, I like this software more than Illustrator for digitizing my letters because it gave me more control for the curves, and I can be more precise about measures, widths, and a lot of things.
Oh, snap. Okay, you got to draw something. Prove it to me. Those are fighting words, man. How dare you say that? So prove it to me. Draw something, please.
Okay. I have all the layers here, where, as you can see here, how I started to add the letters. But maybe you will see, you won't see how I construct the letter, right?
Yeah, I want you to prove it to me right now, Daviher.
So I can,
Yeah, move that out of the way. Come on.
so I can take this rectangle tool, very similar to the Illustrator one. So I can
Okay, everybody can draw a box. So far, so good.
and I can select pen and
Okay.
start to.
Does it work just like Illustrator?
Yeah, you just write, but better.
Okay. So at some point, you're going to show me this is better.
Because so far it's the same?
So far, it's exactly the same. So far. Besides the different interface. Yeah. So he's going to perform magic for us any second now, I'm sure.
Yeah, but this is a font design software after all, and it has a specific tools to achieve this. Oh, sorry.
Okay. He's going to blow our minds any second. I can feel it.
The pressure is on.
Don't worry about talking. Just draw, dude. We'll talk for you. Everybody that's stayed in for the entire stream today, you guys are in for a treat because I've never even heard of this before. I've never seen any of you. This is like witchcraft. Let's see what you're able to do with this before we burn you at the stake. All right.
Okay.
So far, so good. Just like Illustrator.
Aaron? Sure, man.
Okay. Tal vez no se vea tanto aquí en la pantalla la diferencia que tiene este programa con Illustrator.
That, I mean, I guess for everyone watching, it's hard looking in to see the difference between this program and Illustrator. Pero entonces, ¿en dónde está la diferencia? ¿Es como en la acción de cómo funciona todo y se siente o cómo es?
Sí, haz de cuenta que los pads y los handles que están aquí tienen mucha más precisión que en Illustrator.
Okay, he's basically saying that the points and the curves and really doing exactly what you want with it, it just has a smoother action here. That it's not like there's different tools or anything. It's just smoother.
Something like that. You can do that. You can do that this in Illustrator.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm just moving this handle
with the keyboard.
Just this handle, and you can do that here in Illustrator. Also, the pads here, you can move it by itself.
All right.
Can you see?
Well, I'm seeing it. I'm not sure I can't do that in Illustrator. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay. Interesting. Show me something Illustrator can't do, Daviher. Please.
Okay.
Because I'm going to learn this software today. But just push me off the edge of the cliff, please. I mean, figuratively, guys, in case somebody sees me and like they're pushing me. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Let's go back to Glyphs.
Yeah, go back to Glyphs. Do something that's going to just wow us right now. Well, here's the good news. While you do this, okay? Can you what feature or function in Glyphs can you use that isn't available in Illustrator? Anything?
Okay, Aaron, again, please.
I got you, man.
He's ready, man.
Okay. Aquí, por ejemplo, en esta parte, se puede ver que no está totalmente derecho.
Okay, so for example, right there, that bottom line, you can tell it's not perfectly straight.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now.
Y esta línea como naranja te está diciendo que no está derecho, entonces tú lo puedes, ya sabes tú que tienes que arreglar eso.
Okay, so it highlights in that orange color the lines that aren't straight.
Oh, it tells you that.
Yeah, so that you can fix it. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that's one thing.
Otra cosa aquí es que puedes seleccionar, por ejemplo, estos dos pads que están aquí que no están alineados.
Oh, eso es todo? So you can select both of those?
Yeah.
Y simplemente das comando, alt y a la A.
Command, alt, what?
No hace nada. Excuse me. You can align this.
Okay, so there's a quick key. So you highlight both of those points that are crooked, and then there's a quick keyboard shortcut, and it straightens them up for you.
What is the keyboard? What's the quick keyboard shortcut?
It's Shift Command A.
Shift Command A.
Shift Command A.
I heard that. Shift Command A. I got that. Okay. Well, you can do that in Illustrator too. I just do want to say this thing, though. So, you guys, in case you're just joining us right now on the live stream, we're talking to the second of two artists that are working on a logo. This is Daviher, and he's working on Blueberry Cosmetics, and he took us into a place where we've never been before. He's taken us into an application called Glyphs, Glyphs, and I thought he was going to say this. I set him up to say this, but I'm going to say it for him. The one thing Glyphs can do that Illustrator can't. It's free. It's free. And if you want to get started in logo design, let's just say you're a 12-year-old kid and you're like, you know what, my parents, they're not going to buy me the Creative Suite. I can't afford that. I want to get going on logos. There's no excuse, because basically, as far as I can tell, this is exactly like Illustrator. And once I dive deeper into this, I'm sure that I'm going to discover some new things that I could not do in Illustrator. But you can average points. The highlighting function of showing you that it's not horizontal, I think that's a nice feature, but it's not a killer feature. I was hoping he could do some crazy font guru magic, just wizardry, right? But that's a beautiful letter form, though. So now you're adjusting those points down.
Someone in the chat saying it's easy to manage Bezier curves better.
That's probably what Daviher was trying to tell us before. It's easier to manage Bezier curves, but I can't tell from this. I have to get my hands dirty here, guys. I have to get in under the hood and try. Okay. So this is fantastic. So you drew this. Is there anything else you want to share with us, Daviher?
Yeah, so I can show you more or less where is the process.
Mm-hmm. So you're refining and duplicating and trying other things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Estoy tratando de mostrarles cómo los paths están ubicados en las tangentes de cada curva.
Oh, so he's trying to show us how the paths are on the tangents of each curve.
Yes.
Porque la letra B es relativamente fácil de construir, pero la C sí es difícil debido a que es una curva peligrosa totalmente.
So he's saying the B is pretty straightforward to do it, but the C is tough because it's like one big curve.
Okay, yes. The C is very difficult to draw.
I can go back to Illustrator to show you
Please.
The rest of the logo.
Yeah.
Un poco de propuestas en color.
So just a couple of colored options.
Okay. In America, we call them African American. No, I'm just kidding. Some color options.
Color options.
Color options. Okay, beautiful. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to be funny today. I told you that at the beginning of the show, right, Aaron?
Yep.
Oh, ooh. Hold on a second here.
This is
Hold on,
pretty
Internet.
dope,
Okay,
dude.
everybody, hold on. Hold on. What's going on here? He's doing a bunch of mock-ups. You know what I'm thinking, Aaron?
What's up?
These guys are taking it to the next level.
Definitely.
All right, so Jeva and Mihai, you guys have just been put on notice. You've just been served. You've just been served right now, right on the show. These guys are like, you know what? We can do better than those two guys. We can do better.
The stakes are high.
We're learning new software. We're seeing next level mock-ups here. Let's look at that again, man. I just don't want... This is where everybody rewinds the video and watches again. So tell me where you got these mock-ups and what are you doing with this? Just talk me through it. Español.
Pues honestamente lo compré ayer.
He bought it yesterday.
Go on.
Sí, ninguno de los gratis me gustaba, entonces lo descargué para mostrárselos porque pues me gustó mucho cómo está todo ubicado y representa muy bien las... Oh, mejor retraduce eso, por favor.
Okay, so he didn't like any of the free ones, so yesterday he shelled out some cash and bought
Oh,
this
no,
one.
are you kidding me? He did. You went out and bought the products? This is
Yes.
No, he bought the mock-up,
Oh my
right?
God. Jelvin, Mihai, pay attention here. This is what the kind of dedication it's going to take. This student who just graduated from a school he didn't learn anything from, he's like, you know what? I don't like your mock-ups. I don't like you stupid internets. I'm just going to go out and buy my own products and is this called flexing a little bit, Aaron?
Is it? I mean,
Man, I just like that, guys. I just have to just be enthusiastic about this. I like this kind of dedication. If you were my student, Daviher, I'm not saying I'm old enough to be your teacher, but obviously I am.
Yikes.
If you were my student, I would just sit there and like, everybody, gather around here. Come here. Everybody. You know how you guys are doing this? And I think some of you guys went out and purchased a couple like mock-ups. Well, this guy, Daviher, just went out and just did his own. He went out and bought products, he lit it, he photographed it, and he did his own mock-ups, one of a kind. Let's just take a note of that, you guys.
Jeez.
And then ask yourselves, what are you doing in this class? That's probably how I would handle it. Just browbeat everybody down. Good job, man. I'm just going to give you a clap right now, dude. Good job. Very good.
Thank you.
Aaron.
Thank you. Muchas
Aaron.
gracias. Muchas gracias.
Give your Mexican brother some love here.
I maybe I should have chimed in sooner, but I think there might be a misunderstanding here.
Oh.
This is a mock-up that he bought.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he didn't buy each little thingy and lay it out and take a picture. This is a mock-up that he
I like
bought.
the original story much better. You got to work on the
Oh, wait,
translation.
say it again. Go again.
Oh
We got
my
to clear
God,
this
there's a
up.
lost in translation. over
Otra
here.
vez, sí. Perdón.
Sí, no, ojalá lo hubiera tomado yo.
Oh, yeah, he's saying, yeah, good thing we cleared that up because he did not take this photo. You know?
Aaron, you and Ricky, you're fired. How could you mess up that translation like that?
I think I did not, but if I did,
Wait,
I apologize.
Hold on, internet. Okay, everybody's watching us. There's a little controversy brewing on this live stream. I did not mean to do this. I try to keep my cool, but then Aaron is taking me there. Aaron's taking me there. Look at the internet's going bananas right now, guys. Oh my God, reimburse the man. What is going on? The comments are going bananas right now. Little controversy. Did Aaron screw up the translation, or is I'm high? People are saying I'm high right now. Oh my God. I don't even do drugs. I only had water with lemon in it. That's all. That's my drug. You guys are saying I'm high right now?
Nah, come on. Let's move on. It's fine. Nobody's high, okay? Nobody gets high here.
Oh my God. Hey, Mark, tell me. Mark, not Mart. Mark Contreras.
Yeah.
Did he say that he went out and shot his own mock-up?
Well, what I heard in the translation.
Wait, get the mic on you, dude.
What I heard is he did not like the mock-ups that he found, so he chose specific ones. Now, I don't know if I didn't understand if he took the pictures or
you're
if
gonna
he
take Aaron's
found
side, I see.
better actual
I
image
see.
pictures.
I was going to take you out to lunch today, but, now.
For a second there, I was going to just roll with it, but the internet noticed, so I thought I should jump in front of
They
this
noticed
thing.
that I was giving
Yeah.
him too much credit.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Yeah, too much credit.
Okay.
for-
All right, fine. Then, you don't get the good grade. What can I say?
So I want you to show you this.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
A little treatment.
Thank you, everybody. Mm-hmm.
This is a little treatment of the same logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the process.
Okay.
You can see here the difference, the after and before.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
What do you think?
Okay, guys, this is your opportunity in the show to go ahead and comment on this and let us know what you think. Do you like the original better, or do you like the improved or the new version that Daviher made despite the controversy? This is going to be like a Barry Bonds moment in the history of the show. There's a little asterisk on this episode, whether or not I was high or not. Aaron?
Well, we'll never know, I guess.
Well, we will know because I can watch the tape again and then we'll know.
Oh.
Isn't that how that works?
Well, yeah, I just like to live in the future, so...
You're always streaming with a Dutch person.
What was that? Someone...
Mart?
Maybe you're because you're streaming with a Dutch person.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going here. All right. So did they vote yet? I'm sure they
Yeah.
Let's stay on that screen. Let's stay on your AB screen, please.
Okay, si puede, go back to the one with just the logo and the old one and the new one.
Okay, sí. Listo.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. All right, guys. We are nearing the end of our show, but it's not the end of the show because while you guys were trying to screw up the broadcast, Aaron, I too have a demo of my own.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's go to my screen. Oh, you can't go to my
Surprise
screen just
twist
yet. Hold on.
finish here.
I have to do something different here. I have to switch my monitor settings. And I'm going to show people some keyboard shortcuts or a different way to draw in Illustrator, okay? And as soon as I'm done with that. Okay, let's jump to my screen here. Okay, what I have is 2 ellipses. And you guys know drawing tapered, thick and thin formal scripts is very difficult to do without getting the kinks. So I'm not going to draw a letter from scratch right now, but I'm going to show you some tips and tricks here. So the first thing is, if I had a drawing underneath this, which I obviously do not, I'm going to draw the stroke, right? And what I want to do is I want to possibly take the inside curve of the letter C. So let me bring up a letter C here. Type tool. Chris, where are you? Shift C. Come on. Sorry, beach ball. There we go. Let's see what kind of typefaces I have. I hit Command T for the type menu. And I think I have a typeface called Bickham Script. Bickham Script. There we go. And I'm going to scale this thing up. So if you hold on the letter S and you just drag out and hold on Shift there. So let's say I was trying to draw this sucker right here. I'm going to leave this here for reference. You'll notice they're thick and thins, and the weight is here. It's on, I can't tell what angle that is. Maybe a 60-degree angle in terms of the emphasis. Now, I'm going to draw something real quick. I'm going to draw a line like right around here. Okay? I'm going to show you what I mean.
The thickest point?
The thickest point, if you hit Shift X, right, you can shift between the foreground and background color there. Shift X, you guys see that? Right? And if you hit the letter X, it toggles the one stroke to the foreground. So this is where it's heaviest. I'm going to hit Command Shift O on the letter and hit Command 5 to turn it into a guide so we can see that a little bit easier, okay? Can you guys see that or no?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to zoom in. Let me hide all this junk. Hit Tab. So when you're drawing letter forms, you got to make sure that the emphasis, the thickest parts, are consistent in the letter form. I didn't spend that much time looking at this, but you'll see the thickest part is consistent here. And why is it not showing? There we go. There's a bug in Illustrator. So sometimes when I look at people who haven't taken any kind of formal lettering class or haven't studied enough in the art of logo or lettering, they'll get that messed up. So this will be here, and then the thickest part will be like in the center or something. So we have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. You guys are looking at me like puzzled.
Yeah, we're a little
like,
confused here. So the thickest points need to be like, explain that again one more time.
Okay. All right. Now, if you guys were to take the lettering or the typography course that I have, all typefaces were designed from using tools like from your hand. So they use a chisel, pen, or a reed. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say a reed? So it's at an angle, right? But you have to hold the stroke or the pen, the instrument, at a consistent angle, so the thickest parts will always be the same.
Same angle. The thickest part is always same angle.
Let me pull out like a brush pen here, and let me see if I have something here. I don't have a lot of stuff set up on this demo desktop here.
So one question is, are the thickest points, like, could I draw one line and I should hit all the thickest points on that letter?
What do you mean one line?
Like, if I just draw one line on that line, wherever the letter hits.
This line here?
Yeah, like, is that line just one line and that's the thickest point everywhere? You know what I mean?
No, I don't really understand what you're saying.
All right.
But basically, you're going to hold your pen at a specific angle, a 35 degree, a 45, a flat angle, or a 90 degree. So I'll bring out another typeface here. So I'm going to do another letter, and this time I'm going to hit Command T again and pull up Dido. There it is, Dido, right? And I'll show you. Let me close that. I'm going to scale this up too. Okay. Whoa, that was a heavy swallow. Okay, Shift O. Okay. Now, you guys see this right here? I'm going to take this pen again, and I'm going to draw. The thickest part is here, and it's drawn at a flat angle relative to the letter form. So the thickest parts will always be at that same flat angle, as opposed to this C, which at the Bickham script, it's at an angle. You guys see that? Mm-hmm. Aaron, yep. I know you're not a designer, so I don't want to. That's not the point of showing you this thing.
Well, let's move on, yeah.
Let's move on. Okay. So now, if I want to draw that C, I'm going to show you guys this trick, okay? So pretend I have that underlying drawing underneath like Daviher had done. So I have this ellipse, okay? So that's what we need to do is we need to detach this thing. So I'm going to bring my tool palette back. I'm going to use the scissor tool, which is now moved underneath the eraser tool. And so it's the letter C, the keyboard shortcut. So I don't use this tool that often, so I haven't memorized the keyboard shortcut. But everybody make a moment to memorize that C. Scissor is like cut the letter C. So you hit the letter C, and you cut this anchor point, and you cut this anchor point like that, okay? Now what you do is you take this using the direct selection tool, which is the hollow tool. I'm holding down the command key to get that even though I still have the scissor tool, right? I'm going to hold this. Watch, guys. Here's the magic part. I'm going to drag it across while holding down Option, okay? And now, why is it doing that? And now I've drawn the other half of the C. You guys see that? But the reason why I took all this time to spend telling you the emphasis right now is because if I look at my points, where's the points? It's up here somewhere. Okay? If I look at these points, they're horizontal. So it's more like the Dido emphasis, not like these classical ones at an angle, okay? So I'm going to turn that into a guide because I don't need that right now. I'm going to select this. I'm going to move it down. So I need to move the emphasis so the weight is lower. Can you see that? Okay. And that's the one trick I wanted to share with you guys. Now, in some typefaces like this, this Dido C, you'll see that it's thick and thin, and then it tapers off, and it's a single stroke. At this point, it's very consistent across here. To try to draw that by hand is very difficult to do, to get those to be equidistant and following the same curve without any kinks. This is what I learned from my professor, Niels Lindstrom. This is a different part, right? So what I'm going to do now to get this stroke to continue over to here while I add the top part of the C, I'm going to show you how to do that. So if I have the pen tool, which is P, I'm going to add a point. So if you hover on a drawing like this, it shows you the plus tool. You see that, how it changed to the plus? That means I can add a point here. And let's say I want to add a point here. Now I can delete this like that, okay? Now I'm going to copy this, and don't worry about what I'm going to do with this just a sec. I'm going to just copy it right now, okay? That's all I'm going to do, Command-C. And I'm going to modify this, go back to my pen tool. I'm going to click, holding down Option here, and I'm going to draw a line maybe up here, and hold down Shift and drop it here, and drag down here, and bring it back up here, like so. Come on. Like that, okay? Let's say that's what that was. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to show you. Obviously, I missed a line. It's not as smart as Glyphs, so it didn't tell me, hey, Chris, you screwed that up. Now, here's the cool part, okay? I can delete this part if I want to, but now I can fill this. So what I need to do is I need to draw this part and get rid of the rest of this. I'm sorry, let me move this away. It'll make sense in 1 second if you guys hang in with me.
We're hanging.
Come on, move away. Okay, I want to connect it to this part, so I'm going to delete this by removing this point here.
I feel like there's a magic trick and it's about to happen.
It's about to happen, guys. So I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to hit Command, Option J, which will bring the average thing. So Daviher was saying that he could average things in the vertical horizontal axis. In Illustrator, if you hit Command Option J, it allows you to average 2 points together, or multiple points, I'm sorry. So I'm going to connect those together, and hit OK, and I'm hit Command J to join it for real this time. Okay, here's the magic is about to happen. Now I'm going to take these two things, take this and this. I'm going to hit Shift X to fill them. Okay, I messed up here. I need to join these two. Select those two, hit Command J. Sorry. I have to hide this. There's an extra point there. I know there's a point, see? Command Option 3 to bring it back. Select these two and hit Command J. Okay. See that right there?
Wow.
Okay. Now hit Command F, okay, to bring that part back. And I need to check the stroke width of this. So I'm going to go to my Properties panel, and it's going to tell me something here. Did we lose our entire audience right now, guys? Is it down to like 100 viewers now? So if you go to Properties right now, the stroke is 5 points, okay? So if I fill this and this with a 5-point stroke, it'll all line up. There's the magic.
Oh, wow.
You guys see that?
Very smooth.
Now this is obviously not correct because it's too thick. I'm gonna just move it over. That's how you're able to draw this. It's actually drawn in parts. You cut it here and here. Now, here's the weird thing. I'm trying to get Ian Barnard, who's a British designer, onto the show, and we're coordinating and microphones and all that kind of setup. But he's doing it in a different way. I saw on Twitter, he showed how to do the same thick and thin thing using brush strokes. I'm like, what? Okay, so I'm going to show you the same thing. So this circle, this ellipse has been cut into 2 parts. It's been cut there and there, okay? If you take this and you apply a stroke like this on it, you're done.
Okay, so this is another technique.
This is another technique.
Okay.
This one I'm not familiar with. So how did I do that? First, I just created a stroke. I took an ellipse like this one, and I made this part. Let's say I want this to be fatter here, okay? So I'm going to make an ellipse. Everybody knows I make an ellipse. I'm going to hit Scale, the letter S, and scale it out a little thicker in the middle right there. I'm going to take this and drag it over here, okay? And it's going to ask me, what kind of brush do I want to create? I want to create a new art brush. Hit OK. And it's like, yes, 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 all that kind of stuff. It's fine. Just hit OK. Okay. Now, this second one here, I'm not sure which one's fatter, but I'm going to select this. I'm going to select this. Or is it this one? There. That one's fatter. So this is how Ian does it. He uses strokes. So if I Command Y, you can see the difference. This is just a circle or an ellipse with a stroke effect applied to it, an art brush. Pretty cool, right? You don't have the same kind of control, but it sure makes drawing these things a lot easier. That's it. I think that's all I have for that. Let me just check on the internet here. Let's see if you guys are still following with me here. Are they still here?
I thought that was cool, man. Like, the way you use it is just very advanced.
Yes. So I just want to reward people for staying in it with us until the end of the stream. Okay, I think we're kind of getting to the end of the show, and I see some comments there. And Mark, if you can read the comments for me, tell me which ones are good. Now, here's the cool thing. And I want to share this with you guys on my screen here. I want to also give you guys my pick of the week, because some of you guys are watching this, you're feeling like, oh man, they never pick my logo. Well, the numbers are not in your favor. We only have 2 professional designers working on 2 logos, and sometimes we get 100 or 200 submissions. So I want to do something different this week. Here's my pick of the week. So this is from Andrea Buka. Hopefully I said your name right, from Postonia, Slovenia. And I want to point out, we have such a diverse and international audience. So I'm just super proud that this show cuts across geographic boundaries. And this is Andrea's logo. And I was like, this is beautiful. It's not perfect, but it's beautiful. These are 2 letter Z's, they're kind of in this maze-like pattern. I can see this is also becoming some kind of, a different kind of glyph that you can scan in a QR code. Right, Mark? You can turn this into a QR code because it's so contrasty. 2 Z's interlocking like this. I love it. I don't know what it's for. But Andrea, I think we met you at Digital Design Days in Milan. So I just wanted to say hello to you in case you're watching this. The next pick of the week for me is Everton Gargioni. And he's from Campo Grande, Brazil. And here's his work right here. Oh my gosh. If you have ever drawn icons before, animals especially, you definitely want to look up George Bakula's work on Instagram. He also has a Skillshare class. He does an amazing job drawing animal logos with grids and things like that. So when I saw this, I'm like, this is beautiful. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you some of Everton's work, okay? Because I didn't have the time to capture all this stuff. It's right here. Look at Everton's work, guys. Oh my goodness. Check out his work, right?
That's pretty nice.
So I'm scrolling up. Oh man. This person, if I go into the Marks collection, he or she, I think it's a he, submitted a bunch of work, and I was like, damn, this is good. Look at these marks.
Pretty nice.
Really, really nice, guys. So these are all personal studies, and this is what also caught my eye with Mart. If you guys go to Behance, and I'm going to look up Mart right now because maybe some of you guys are still, I don't want to sign in. Search. Mart. There he is. Click on his name. This is what really caught my eye. So I want to point out something here. If you look at his experimental alphabet, he started posting this on Facebook. Otherwise, I might have known who Mart was. So this is the power of social media. This is just an experimental alphabet where he's taking the letters and he's just playing around and he's using very graphic, just solid design principles to draw a bunch of letter forms, the E, the F, and the G. And each one of these could be a mark for a big company somewhere. Maybe not all of them, but quite a them are really, really good. So, you guys, if you're not on Behance, get on it. Daviher. Get on Behance. And then start posting and sharing some of your work out there to the world so that we can see what it is that you do. Because you never know what's going to happen. And it's my sincerest wish that somebody's going to watch a show and hire both these gentlemen because they did such a good job with what they're doing. I mean, I'm compelled to work with Mart as well. I'm already working with Daviher. We got a bunch of things going on, so you guys will see more of that. And now that I'm introduced to this work, somebody I had no relationship with, I don't know, and all the way across the world, I know now because of the internet, because of Facebook. So all of you guys that are sitting, we have a lot of fans from Nigeria, parts of Africa, South Africa, parts of Asia that you think, oh, I cannot get any work. Nobody can give me work. And why is that? Because you haven't done a very good job of getting known. The first part of the problem of getting hired is to get known. So please do that. And I think I'm going to go back to my deck now and try to wrap up the show. All right. So that's Everton's work. And he did this lovely dove logo. I think that's a dove, right?
I
or
dig
pigeon.
that. That's sweet.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If you had a clothing company called Dove,
Yeah, I think
that would be dope.
I think they got one.
They got one? All right. In case you're watching this and you're tuning in, you have this fear of FOMO, fear of missing out. Here's how you guys stay attached to what we're doing and possibly get your work picked for a critique. It's on the Futures Facebook page. If you search for the Futures here, you're going to see submissions or call for submissions, and that's the time to do it. Please do not direct message me and saying, can you crit my logo? Can you crit my layout? No. The answer is no. Nai. How do you say no in Spanish, Aaron?
No.
Oh, so no translates to a lot of languages.
Yeah.
No. How do you say it in Dutch? Well, is Mart still here or is he gone?
He's there.
Oh, we got him muted.
Oh, we got to unmute him. How do you say no in Dutch?
Yeah, you muted me. I muted myself.
Yeah.
Sorry?
How do you say no in Dutch?
Nee.
Nay?
Nee.
Yeah, see, so it sounds very similar, guys. So the only way you guys get your work reviewed is to submit on the Future's Facebook page, and that's how you do it, and that's it. Okay, guys, if you like this episode, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and congratulations on making it today. And there we go! Woo! It's the wrong quarter. I'm all dyslexic. Okay, let's give both our reviewers, guys, a round of applause. Thank you very much. You guys did a wonderful job, and thank you for doing it.